I'm just back from the gym, so I look dreadful, but I wanted to share some bunch of books that I picked up. There's a Friends of the Library book den right next to my gym, so on Saturday mornings I've been going there for a quick 30 minutes before I hit the gym. And yeah, I got a big bag of books. It was not even their book bags. So like every few months they do a sale for $6. You can fill up a big grocery bag. So this could have been $6. I did not go on one of those magic days, so this was very expensive, $13. I think I'll be okay. But yeah, I wanted to just go through and share the goodies that I found there. So there's two parts to this bookstore. There's like a book warehouse where paperbacks are $1, hardbacks are $2. I get another 20% discount because I'm a member. And then there's kind of like a normal used bookstore where books are priced individually, but usually it's like $2 to $4 for a paperback. Oh, my dog is here investigating what I'm up to. You want to say hi, Oscar? What's going on? Oh, no. We're gonna leave that alone. Good boy. You want to see my books? Yeah, he wants to see what I've bought here. Look at that good boy. Oh, what a cutie. Okay, we gotta look at some books, Oscar. So, I'll just dive right in. First, Wheelock's Latin. Wheelock? I don't know. Why? I don't know. Well, I have been thinking that I should probably teach myself a bit of Latin. So I studied Latin at university. It's not like I've never studied it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it anymore. So I thought I might want to pick up a little bit more Latin, or just reopen that a bit. So I picked up Wheelock's Latin. I feel like I'm not saying that right. And this looks like a really cool vintage Latin textbook, Latin for Americans, first book, from Skyline High School. So, I don't know. I like having something. This one is a little bit low quality in terms of the paper, and I feel like this one is going to be really nice. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just going to end up being junk around the house. I hope not. Okay, this one was from their actual used bookstore. It was $2. It was, I think, shortlisted for the Booker International a few years ago. And it sounded good to me, kind of ex-Soviet Union or Russian Empire family stories. So one that I probably won't get around to for a while, but I feel like I might enjoy it. So for $2, give it a try. I'm sorry, Oscar. He's really concerned with me going through this instead of giving him attention at the moment. Okay, diving right into being really nerdy, the later Middle Ages in England. So I've been reading the Canterbury Tales and really getting into that recently. I'm really fascinated by the changes in the English language, going from Old English into Middle English, the influence of the French language, the influence of Old English and Germanic kind of linguistics. And I'm curious how the culture of the Middle Ages plays into that kind of the linguistic changes that we see going on. So my husband has a book by Penguin called it's like Culture of the Later Middle Ages in Europe. And it's interesting, but it's not really the geography that I'm most interested in, which is the UK, or what we now call the UK, right? So yeah, this one, it was a staggering $2, but it's good quality, and I think it seems to be what I've been looking for. So what else did I get? Along those lines, The Struggle for Mastery. This is the Penguin History of Britain, 1066 through 1284. So as I was saying, kind of something that I've been interested in again recently. It's not a new interest of mine. It's something that I've always been interested in, but just finding a little bit of time recently to pick that interest back up and nerd out over it. My dog is really upset with me. I'm sorry, Oscar. Okay, and then there's only actually a few more books left in here. Okay, here's the final one along those lines. A Brief History of the Anglo-Saxons, the Beginnings of the English Nation by Geoffrey Hindley. Hi, Oscar. Is this the one you're interested in? I have a microphone on my desk, and he wants to chew it. You want to chew the microphone? It's not for you. I'm sorry. Let's look at these books. We only have a few more. No, you're not gonna get that. Okay, so then Doom and Antidote might understand. Oscar. There were, if I see a Penguin Classic or an Oxford World's Classic at a place like this where it's, $1 or so, I have a hard time resisting. So, Oscar, do you mind? So I picked up Dante, the first poem in the Divine Comedy, Inferno. I know nothing about this translation. It's translated by Mark Musa, so hopefully it's good. Trust Penguin Classics to do a decent job at minimum. So I know Everyman's Library has a translation that's supposed to be really good. That's one I kind of have my eyes on, but I thought this is in good condition and could be just as good. I just don't know enough, so I picked that one up. Okay, Daniel Defoe, History of a Plague Year, a Journal of the Plague Year. Oscar, you're not going to eat that. So this is another time period I'm interested in because I'm planning on taking a course at UC Davis next term on Milton, and so I'm trying to read more what I'm going to say vaguely old English literature, like 17th and 18th century, plus kind of the earlier stuff that I think probably influenced Milton. So the Divine Comedy, to name one. Honestly, so I don't know if this before Milton's time. Oh gosh, you see, I am a noob. I know nothing about this time period in terms of literature, but I know this also kind of had a resurgence in popularity because of COVID pandemic. So yeah, maybe it will give me something along those lines too. Okay, this is a book I actually don't think I like. Thomas More's Utopia. I had to study in undergrad. I thought it was, when I was like 17 reading it, I was not impressed. But you know what? I feel like it's a classic in English literature. It influenced so many other books. It would be a shame if I didn't just at least browse through it again in my life. Just, I'm older now. I know a lot less now, so maybe it could be of a little bit more interest or benefit to me. Okay, and then I don't read a lot of ancient Greek things other than mythologies, but I saw this, Aristophanes, Lysistrata, and other plays. Speaking of high school, classic. I haven't read these since then, but like I said, I've been a little bit interested in thinking about the influences culturally on even like Chaucer, or certainly then moving forward in time to Milton. And hi, Oscar. Do you like ancient Greek plays? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay. He's very clever. What do you think of this? Oh, I'm not interested. Okay, well, never mind that one then. Oscar's had enough of that one. And then the final book that I picked up at the book Friends of the Library sale, Plato Symposium. Know nothing about this. It's just a very nice-looking Oxford World's Classic. So, hey, I'll expand my knowledge, hopefully. So those were all the books that I got at the Friends of the Library sale right before I hit the gym. Very exciting. Finally, I came home to find a package from Thrift Books had arrived. So let me just open that up. I think I'll have to do a library tour soon of all of my Penguin Classics and such. I feel like I've been accumulating a lot recently. I did a very good job the past few months of not buying books. But then, I don't know, the end of February hit, and I signed up for that course that I'm going to be taking, and I just thought, to hell with it. Gonna spend, all of like $1 or $2 on a paperback copy of a book. Like, there are worse things. So here's what I got from Thrift Books. Penguin Classics, the earliest English poems. So like I said, I'm interested especially in Old English and then transitioning into Middle English. So I've studied Old English literature before. It's not like there's like volumes and volumes and volumes of Old English literature to be discovered. The texts are relatively limited in number just due to us losing manuscripts with age and the difficulty of producing those manuscripts to begin with. But even given that, there's still more out there that I haven't read, or stuff that I have read and I've totally forgotten. So I have no idea what's in here. It looks like, I was talking about stuff that he's translated, The Seafarer, The Wanderer, so kind of classic, Battle of Milton and Beowulf. But I don't know what's actually in here. Those are just works that the translator has done in his life. It looks like it's just kind of like bits from some of those poems. So, I don't know, maybe, and is there Old English in here? I don't know that I'm seeing any actual Old English, but hopefully the notes will at least be interesting. Again, it's a Penguin classic. I trust them to at least provide some interesting commentary in their editions. Okay, here's one that's a little bit unlike all the other books that I've shown you today. Thanks, Kieran. Kieran told me to get my hands on One Moonlit Night, because everyone needs to read more Welsh literature. Certainly me. I love Wales, and I feel like such a ignorant American every time I'm in Wales. So happy to read some more Welsh literature. I hope this is as great of a book as he promises it will be. So yeah, One Moonlit Night, piece of more contemporary fiction. It is contemporary, right? I think, yes. Okay, from 1961. Yes, that's modern. And then finally, I got The Major Works by John Milton. As I said, I want to be taking a course on John Milton, so I thought this would be a good place to start. It's probably required for the course anyways, who knows what will be assigned exactly. So yeah, this has not all the stuff, obviously, just the major works, but it does have Paradise Lost, which I might buy separately in a different edition. Oh my god. And yeah, keen to, I just opened this, so haven't been able to dig in, obviously, but keen to dig in. I'm curious. So it gives some Latin on one page, and then looks like English translation perhaps on the other page, if I'm understanding that correctly. So hence my interest in maybe brushing off some Latin. Maybe that's probably not going to be useful for reading translations of John Milton in English, but hey ho, once a nerd, always a nerd. So okay, so those are all the books that I have accumulated today, and there will be more along those lines forthcoming. So I need to crack open some books and start reading. Thanks for watching. Take care.